Hello everybody, this is XStarKillerX and welcome back to another World of Warcraft Top 10 Countdown. Now this time we're going to be looking at the top 10 best scrap features in the history of World of Warcraft. Let's get into it. Number 10. Zara Crater. Now this is a battlefield planned since Vanilla WoW, similar to Alterac Valley where players start at both ends and have to get the other and defeat a captain. Blizzard have said that numerous times that they will not add this until Alterac Valley is balanced, because at the minute if you Alliance you win and Horde don't stand a hell's chance. It was going to be added in Mr. Pandaria but it just didn't make the cut. Maybe we'll see it in some water based expansion in the future. Number 9. The Emerald Dream. Now this would be an expansion set in green fields of the Emerald Dream. This would be an alternate version to Azeroth which has not been altered by intelligent beings. The world would also be one huge supercontinent. Now, in 2007, this was scrapped for another expansion and other expansion ideas in progress. And Chris Metzen said that this would be a bad idea, just basing a whole expansion on a big lush green area. But they did do the Wrath of the Lich King, which was based in a big snow area. So most likely possibility it will appear as like an end zone or a sub zone or maybe even a raid in the future. We just don't know yet. Number 8. Azjar Narub. Now this was going to be included as a raid and would have been humongous. It would have been very different to any other area that we've ever had in World of Warcraft. It was going to be released alongside Wrath of the Lich King and would have been 100% underground, being the first subterranean zone in the whole of World of Warcraft. But unfortunately it didn't make the cut. It was meant to feel and look a bit like Naxxramas, but eventually in the end it was replaced with 2 5-man dungeons to fill the gap. The whole city itself may reappear in the Dark Below expansion with some ties to the old gods. Number 7. Ogres. Now these have been the long suggested playable race ever since the first World of Warcraft. They currently have a very strong Horde presence in the game, but we're yet to see them as a playable race for the Horde. They were considered for Cataclysm but lost out to the Goblins. Blizzard has said that people may not want to play as a fat stupid guy with a race of non-existent females. Warlords of Draenor may be preparing us for their arrival as a playable race with all the lore surrounding the ogres, but we just don't know yet. Number 6. Path of the Titans. Now this was going to allow customization beyond talents and glyph, but was scrapped for reasons. It was planned and announced for Cataclysm as a way to advance your character after max level. It would be influenced by Deathwing and the recent Titan discoveries in Uldum. Like current glyphs, you could follow a path of a particular Titan who will give you a choice between 2 options or more, between more damage or bleed reduction. It just didn't really gel with the game and it would have been a lot of numbers to balance for the individual classes. So Blizzard didn't add it to the game. Number 5. The South Seas. Now this was on a leaked list of all the planned expansions which came out a few years ago, all the way up to the final Argus expansion, and this list has been correct so far, correctly predicting Wrath of the Lich King and the Burning Crusade. Now the authenticity of this has been brought into question, and as I just said, it has been correct so far. These were originally planned to be brought in as a Maelstrom expansion, it would only be part of lore not revealed yet. Could be brought back possibly with the Naga expansion, which would be, in my opinion, probably the best time to do so. Number 4. Aerial Combat. Now this was to be released alongside vehicle combat using Winter Grasp, but was deemed unfun by Blizzard. Closest that you get is in the Goblin Stark Zone where you were to shoot down Alliance planes 1-to-1. It was to be released with Wrath but scrapped because of reasons. It has been used a few times over WoW's history, but currently in World of Warcraft they cannot do aerial combat due to the game engine, due to the mechanics involved. The Oculus was a good example of why it was scrapped, as that was absolutely shite. Just far too many problems to solve. Number 3. The Dance Studio. Now this was announced back in 2007 with words flying across the cinematic and saying new dancers. The barbershop was implemented but not the studio, for some weird reason. It just didn't make it into Wrath, but the Warlords of Draenor character model update took priority, so they just didn't have time to implement the dance studio. It may be brought back as a Warlords of Draenor garrison building, which it was. So awesome. Number 2. Abyssal Moor. Now this was meant to go alongside Firelands as the water and fire patch in the middle of Cataclysm, but it just didn't come together, unfortunately. They spent far too much time making Firelands, and the side team that was working on Abyssal Moor would have made it look crap compared to the glamorous Firelands. It was meant to be set on the water with players swimming around the whole map. It would have been pretty cool, but unfortunately it didn't get into the game. Hopefully, I hope to see it back someday. And number 1, capital cities in Warlords of Draenor. Now this originally caused huge arguments on the forums, which are probably still going on today while they are not in the game. They were supposed to be Blightfire Citadel for the Horde and Carabor for the Alliance. Instead they were replaced by small Horde and Alliance camps just outside Asheron. They were built and implemented in the alpha versions of the game, but scrapped for apparently no reason. The GMs went to the forums to try and explain why they weren't adding capital cities, but that just added fuel to the fire. We are still waiting to find out if they will ever be added into Warlords of Draenor as perhaps a future patch. So that is it for this countdown. If you enjoyed, don't forget to punch the like button, leave a comment down below, and also subscribe. Also, most follow me on Twitter, which is linked down below as always. So, thank you for watching. I've been Axel, and I will see you next time. Goodbye for now.